So let's talk about some of the design options you have in the Flaunt Slideshow. So I'm going to the Setup tab and I'm going to click on the Design tab. And the first thing you're going to see is the dialog logo. So if I were to click on this little icon right here to mail somebody, it's going to be this logo right here. And you can see that you have the opportunity to move the position of it. So you can make it left, centered, or right. So you can move this logo left, centered, or right to adjust it to what you need it to look like. And then for any of these dialog windows, you can go ahead and change the corner radius. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll change this. I'll close this out, save this, and I'll refresh. And what it's going to do is it's going to change that square corner to be more rounded. So when I click on this, you're going to see that now we have rounded corners. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. And if I wanted to change that, I could just play with that rounded corner. You also have a dialog stroke width. So if I go ahead and turn this up, you're going to see that the line that's wrapped around the dialog window is going to get thicker. So now if I were to click on this, you could see that there's a thick line that's wrapped around here. So if you want to use that kind of design element, you can. And then we have the navigation logo. So the navigation is going to be this down here, and it's going to be this logo. So you have the opportunity to put two different logos in if you want to make one smaller, one larger. If you put this logo in and it's really tall or really wide, it's going to take up more space. So you're going to want to keep that as small as you can so that it fits in there really nicely and doesn't take up unneeded space. And then we have the ability to link that logo to a different area. So if you want somebody to click on it and you want them to link to your website or link back to the splash page, you go ahead and type that in here and it'll go ahead and do that for you. And then as far as fonts go, if you're using a font that needs the embed font glyphs, you can mark that true or false there. And if you want to select a font style, you can do a sans serif or serif, and you can choose from the drop down there. And then we have the background, top gradient and bottom gradient. So you can see right now this background is white and white. And if I wanted to change that, I can go ahead and pick a color here, and I can click Save. And if I refresh this, you're going to see that it's going to blend that orange color into the white color. And so you can create a gradient effect. Now, if I have a code from Photoshop of a specific branded color, I can also just paste it right in there and click Save. And then if I want to add a background image, I'll do that in this area. I'll just click Upload New, and I'll pick an image that I want in my background. And normally you pick something that's not going to be too busy, but I'll go ahead and click Open here and upload this image. And when I refresh this, you're going to see that that image will load in the background of the font. Now when you're loading something back there, you can have it either fill frame or you have options to tile it. So if you have like a little pattern that you want to tile, you can go ahead and choose the tile option there from that drop down. And then everything else that we have color wise, like the stroke color, so you can change this color right here, that line that wraps around. You can change the form background color. So if I were to click on here and show you one of the forms, you can change this background color here. You can change the foreground color, which is going to be any of the colors like these grays, these gray buttons right here will be the foreground color, and then the highlight color. So you can see that this item right now is highlighted, and anything that's going to be highlighted will be that color. So let's go ahead and change some of these. So I'm going to change the foreground color to like a blue and the highlighted color to like a yellow. And I'll go ahead and save that, and we'll refresh this. And you can see that my blues and my yellows have changed now. So now we have the video skin player. If you're using a video, you can go ahead and choose what the player looks like. We have a couple of options here in this drop down. And then you have the opportunity to suppress the contact icon, which is this icon right here. And then if you're going to embed your Flaunt Slideshow set into, let's say, your blog, which we'll cover in other documentation, you can choose to draw the border when it's embedded, which will be the border around everything. So you can choose to turn that on or off. But those are the design options you have. You can come in here and play with the colors, and whenever you're, again, picking a color, you can either pick from the little drop down there or you can paste in a color here. So I hope that was helpful, and thanks for watching.